There is a story that was on the news yesterday regarding a woman who was in Worcester that was in the process of losing her house. I'm like about to get attacked by geese here. Yeah, I don't think these guys are like long for me, so we're gonna record this somewhere else. Okay, so now we are safely away from the geese. Let's talk a little bit more about this article. This is from WCVB, which is a news station here, Channel 5 in Boston, and I think they did a terrific job on the story, and I'll leave a link down below in the description and you can check that out for yourself. But the gist of this is that the woman did not pay her property taxes, and that ultimately cost her home, not just a lien against the property, but her entire home and all the equity that she had in it. So that's what we're going to dive in today. Brian here, your Boston real estate guru, and I really want to talk specifically about this issue, and it seems to be unique to Massachusetts. As I understand it, and within the article it talks about there's 14 states that still have this law on the books, but it is absolutely outrageous and something that needs to go away and very quickly, because it's really taking advantage of people who are in really not a great situation. So the way that this particular story unfolded was that the woman owned her home outright. It was a multifamily in Worcester worth about somewhere, let's call it $300,000, and she did not pay her taxes due to medical reasons. They didn't specify exactly what the issue was, but she fell behind on her taxes. In that type of situation, typically what would happen is the city or township would then put a municipal lien on the property. And then when she decided to sell or something else happened, like if someone, to satisfy that, she could ultimately just pay that lien off with interest, of course. But more oftentimes than not, in the way that it works in most states, is that if there's a lien on the property, when you do sell your home, then out of the sale proceeds, that lien gets satisfied and paid off. So then you own the title free and clear, and then you can sign over the deed to the buyer. In this instance, the way that I understand it is that there is a company that basically targets some of these towns, cities and towns here in Massachusetts, that are looking for tax revenue. So Worcester was like, well, we're not collecting this revenue right now. We can sell this tax lien as debt, essentially. So you're selling it to a debt agency, and they that company that purchased the debt then has the ability to go after that person. And the way in which they do it, and the way that we allow them to do it here in Massachusetts, is to basically foreclose on the property and then evict the person living there. Now, the problem with that is the entire value of the home is attached to that tax lien. So once the home ownership changes from the homeowner, the original homeowner, to this new corporate entity, they get the benefit of all that equity in the home. So since this woman owned her home outright, they had legally the ability to then resell that home and keep all $300,000 of it, which is absolutely insane. Now, there's been another case in, I want to say, Minnesota or Missouri, somewhere out in the Midwest, where there has been precedent. In fact, it went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court unanimously shut it down, and they were like, absolutely not. This is illegal. This is unconstitutional. We're not going to allow this to happen anymore. So I would imagine it's only a matter of time before something similar happens in Massachusetts. But in the meantime, I feel absolutely terrible for this woman. Now, she has since hired an attorney, and the attorney is fighting this, and it looks like they're going to be able to get the property back. But to basically scare someone out of their property, I think is just a terrible, terrible business model. And those folks that are doing that should be ashamed of themselves, because you're taking advantage of people in their worst possible moments. Anyways, let me know down in the comments what you think about this. Is this something that you've experienced personally, or do you know someone that has experienced it, or is it something that caught you off guard as it did me? And I'm in the business, so for me to not know anything about this is really surprising, and it's just this like little loophole thing that I think more people should know about. So the takeaway from this is, if you do owe back taxes, specifically property taxes, make sure that you are communicating with your town or your city to set up some type of payment plan, because if you don't do that, then you can run into a similar situation that this poor woman had to deal with in Worcester. That is all I have today. I hope you are having a great day. And as always, if you did enjoy this type of content, make sure that you just smash the like button. And also click the subscribe button down below to be notified of future videos. Thanks for watching. Take care.